Last year, Sonic fans received the biggest love letter in the form of Sonic Mania. They're back! They're back! Oh, it's been 23 years! And as you can tell, I liked it. But you can imagine how excited I was when I found out there was going to be an updated version to this game called Sonic Mania Plus, which was going to have some new features to it, and most importantly, it was going to have two new characters, two we haven't seen in quite some time, Mighty and Ray. And with it here finally in physical form, the question remains, is it worth it? Well, let's take a look.
We are Super Sonic Racing, running to the point of no return. Everybody Super Sonic Racing, come on, let the fire burn.
When it comes to the plot of Mania mode, it's exactly the same, so I'm not going to talk about that again. However, when you start Encore mode, Sonic travels back to Angel Island with the Phantom Ruby, where he saves Mighty and Ray. Heavy Magician then reveals herself to be one of the rescued friends, and steals the Phantom Ruby to restore the king, along with the rest of the Hardboiled Heavies. Then rinse repeat the Mania mode plot again. Yeah, not gonna lie, it plays out almost exactly the same. Well, that is except for the final level where you don't fight against Heavy King and Eggman at the same time. The Phantom Ruby creates a rift that destroys the Titan Monarch, while the Sonic team turns Super and Strand Eggman to get sucked up. There's also a post-credit scene where our heroes are back at the Mirage Saloon, and Heavy King appears with a sundae. And that's really it with the story. Debatably, Encore mode could be seen as a retcon to the original Sonic Mania ending, thus preventing Sonic Forces from happening, but my interpretation has him coming back from Forces, leaving a bad game coming back to a good game. In terms of gameplay, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles return, but now we have two new characters. Mighty, who finally came out of retirement since Chaotix, can run fast as Sonic, but he can also do the hammer drop, which instantly kills objects and enemies nearby, which is really good for taking care of some of the bosses in this game. And when he's using the spin dash, he's immune to most obstacles that would harm the rest of the cast. And the most shocking comeback had to be Ray, whose only appearance was the arcade exclusive Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, which would be nice to get a re-release like Chaotix, but I won't hold my breath. Similar to Knuckles, Ray can glide. In fact, he can glide faster than Knuckles. And honestly, it's more like Mario's flight in Super Mario World, just without the ability to damage Batniks, which I really don't understand, because whenever I try to get airtime, I find myself colliding with a Batnik, thus ruining my momentum. As you would expect, Mighty and Ray have super forms when you get the Chaos Emeralds, and yeah, they're super. While it's not really gameplay related, I have one complaint about Mania that I forgot to address back then. Not every single stage had a transition, which was something that was commonplace in Sonic 3. I noticed it more when it came to the newer stages, but in Mania Plus, that's not a problem. Do I enjoy all the transitions? No, but I appreciate them for trying. The little things. So Mania mode plays exactly the same as it was before, but now we get Mighty and Ray too. In fact, their campaign plays out the same as if you're playing Sonic and or Tails. Oh wait, I almost forgot to mention a big change that was added to Stardust Speedway. So the battle with Metal Sonic plays out a little bit differently regardless which character you're playing as. The first section with the Master System Silver Sonics are much easier because spin dashing through them creates energy balls that hurt Metal Sonic. But the most surprising change is that Eggman shows up and exposes Metal Sonic to the Phantom Ruby. And a giant Metal Sonic from Chaotix returns, only he's challenging in blue this time. But anyway, there's a newest addition in the form of Encore mode, and they really mean Encore mode, minus one exception. We're replaying through the levels with added pathways, new locations for special stage rings. The bosses can become easier or harder. What I enjoy most about Encore mode is that you can fully utilize the special abilities of the characters throughout the game, which brings me to the main gimmick of Encore mode. You get to play as everybody. Using monitors from the competition mode, you can switch between the 5 characters, though if you just want to switch to your partner, all you have to do is press one button, and if your current character is super, the substituted character becomes super as well. Honestly, this is what Chaotix should have been. If you're really good at using this mechanic right, you'll never die. Then again, I find it hard to die or even get a game over in this mode. Bonus stages in Encore mode are much different this time around, as you're in a pinball game, which is great not only for getting shields and rings, but if you lost any of your teammates, you can recover them here. And it's possible to save them all if you lost most of them. Special stages return, and in Mania mode they work like how they did before, but I think the difficulty curve is fixed. However, there's a new set for Encore mode, which has been said to be harder than the original 7. But how bad could it be? I beat the special stages of Knuckles Chaotix and Sonic 2, so I doubt it's going to be that bad. Well, they definitely ramped up the difficulty here, as are the Mania Mode special stages, but in reverse. The first one took me several tries to beat, and I spent hours trying to master the 4th and the 7th. No joke. What doesn't help is that the UFO starts out at a greater distance to catch it, and that's just fun. As I mentioned before in plot, the final result of collecting these Chaos Emeralds is the final cutscene of Eggman getting caught up in the portal, along with the post-credit scene of
Let's all go out for some frosty chocolate milkshake.
At first, I was a little disappointed as I felt like I got the Mario Sunshine treatment, similar to what I said about Knuckles Chaotix, but honestly, I find this ending charming. And unlike Chaotix, I actually get super forms for each of the characters, which is more relief than having to travel through the special stages with each of them. So if you're looking at only the inclusions that the Plus DLC came with, I can understand why sites gave them such low ratings, or the ratings that they're giving them currently, because I feel like there could have been more added to it personally. But as a full package, Sonic Mania Plus is definitely worth the money. With added characters in Encore mode, there is more replayability with this game. Like if you weren't convinced before, go get it now! Not to mention, the competition mode now allows for 4 players, which sadly I've yet to test. But overall, Mania Plus definitely proves it's for the fans by the fans, as complaints from the original game have mostly been addressed here, and who knows, maybe more updates will come out for this game. So Sonic Mania Plus gets a solid recommendation from me, and as a bonus if you get this physically, you get a nice reversible cover art, which definitely has that nice Genesis aesthetic to it. So in the meantime, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.